We're into that in our next segment. Stay tuned.
It really is fascinating how these principles build on each other. It's like this upward spiral, towards success. Each one kind of reinforces the others. And when you start applying them together, the results, they can be pretty amazing.
That reminds me of something you mentioned earlier about how successful people are proactive, always taking initiative. And that leads perfectly into the 13th principle, controlled attention. It's all about focusing your mental energy on your goals. And avoiding distractions, the things that can easily throw you off track.
Think about it this way. You only have so much mental energy each day, right? So controlled attention is about making a choice. You're consciously directing that energy towards what really matters instead of letting it get scattered by worries, distractions, or all that negativity.
It's like training your mind to be a laser beam, not a flashlight.
Yeah.
Focusing on what you want to achieve, not getting sidetracked by all the shiny objects along the way.
Exactly. And that ties in really well with principle number 14, teamwork. This one's all about collaboration, recognizing that we can achieve so much more when we work together, harmoniously towards a common goal.
It's that synergy thing again, the whole being greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
But how does that actually work in practice?
Yeah.
Does the book give any insights on building effective teams?
It does, yeah. It emphasizes things like clear communication, mutual respect, and a shared vision. Everyone needs to be on the same page, right?
Yeah.
Working towards the same objectives and supporting each other along the way.
So creating an environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their own unique talents and perspectives, that makes sense. I mean, when people feel like their contributions matter, they're more likely to be engaged, committed to the team's success, which, if I remember correctly, also ties back to that mastermind principle, building those strategic alliances, leveraging the collective wisdom of the group.
You got it. It's all connected. And that interconnectedness, it's a key theme in the next principle too. Number 15, tolerance. This principle is all about embracing diversity, respecting different viewpoints, avoiding prejudice or discrimination.
I think this principle it's more relevant than ever. I mean, we live in a world where it's so easy to get caught up in our own bubbles, surrounded by people who think and believe exactly like we do. But the book, it suggests that real success, it requires us to step outside those comfort zones, engage with people from different backgrounds, with different perspectives.
Absolutely. The book argues that tolerance, it fosters understanding, cooperation, and a more harmonious society. And that harmony, it's essential for progress and success, both individually and collectively.
It's about recognizing that everyone has something valuable to offer, regardless of their background, their beliefs, or their experiences. It's about building bridges instead of walls, creating a world where everyone feels welcome and respected. And, it occurs to me that this principle of tolerance, it isn't just about being nice or politically correct. It's also about being smart. Because when you limit yourself to a narrow range of perspectives, you're missing out on a wealth of knowledge. All those potential solutions.
That's a great point. Tolerance isn't just a moral thing, it's a strategic advantage. It lets us access a much wider range of ideas and perspectives and solutions that we might otherwise miss completely.
Okay, so we've talked about managing our attention, building effective teams, embracing tolerance, but there's one resource that we all have in limited supply, and that's time, which brings us to principle number 16, time management.
Time, it really is our most precious resource. And yet, it's often the one we manage the most poorly. This principle is all about using your time wisely, prioritizing tasks, avoiding procrastination.
It's just so easy to get caught up in the urgency of the moment.
Yeah.
Responding to emails, putting out fires, just reacting to whatever comes your way. But the book suggests that we need to be more intentional about how we spend our time, focusing on those activities that truly move us closer to our goals.
Exactly. It's about being proactive, not reactive. The book suggests breaking down big tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, setting deadlines, eliminating those time-wasting activities.
It's about finding a system that works for you, whether that's a detailed schedule or a more flexible approach. But the key is to be conscious of how you're spending your time, making sure that it aligns with your priorities. And this might seem like a pretty simple concept, but it can be surprisingly challenging to actually implement, especially in our crazy hyper-connected world with all its distractions and demands.
You're absolutely right. It takes effort. It takes discipline to manage your time effectively. But the rewards, they're worth it. When you use your time wisely, you free up mental space, you reduce stress, and you make real progress toward your goals.
And finally, we get to the 17th and final principle, universal laws. Now, this one might sound a little esoteric, but bear with me.
This principle, it emphasizes the importance of aligning our actions with those natural laws that govern the universe. It's about recognizing that there are certain principles at play, such as the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction, and the law of rhythm.
Okay, so it's not about defying gravity or anything like that.
No, not quite. It's more about recognizing that there are these universal principles. They influence our lives, whether we're aware of them or not. And the book suggests that by understanding and working in harmony with these laws, we can achieve much greater success and fulfillment.
So it's about, like, understanding the rules of the game and playing strategically to achieve our desired outcomes.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we're all part of this larger interconnected system, that our actions have consequences, and that by aligning ourselves with these universal principles, we can tap into a greater power, achieve results that might otherwise seem impossible.
So as we wrap up our exploration of these 17 principles, what are your key takeaways? What stands out to you as the most important differences between those who achieve their goals and those who don't? And what about those strategies for overcoming adversity and failure?
Well, I think it's clear that the master key to success, it really emphasizes that success isn't about luck or circumstance. It's about cultivating the right mindset, the right habits, and the right skills.
Right. And if I had to summarize the key differences between those who achieve their goals and those who don't, based on this book, it would be this. Successful people have a clear purpose. They cultivate positive mental attitudes. They embrace collaboration and teamwork. They're proactive. They take initiative. They're persistent, and they're resilient in the face of challenges. And they're committed to continuous learning and growth.
And when it comes to overcoming adversity and failure, the book offers a very powerful message. Every setback, it contains the seed of an equivalent benefit. It's about shifting your perspective, looking for the lessons in every challenge, and using those experiences to fuel your growth and propel you forward.
It's about adopting a mindset of resilience, recognizing that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of the journey. And it's about trusting that even when things get tough, there's always something to be learned, something to be gained, and a new opportunity waiting to be discovered. But we'll delve into that a bit more deeply in our final segment, so stay tuned. It really is amazing, how the master key to success brings all these different principles together. It's like, it's not just tips and tricks, it's a whole philosophy, right?
Yeah.
A way of looking at life.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that success, it isn't just about reaching some destination. It's about the whole journey, the continuous growth, the learning, the evolution.
And speaking of journeys, let's get back to what we set out to explore in this deep dive. You wanted to really understand those key differences between, people who are successful and those who aren't. And especially those strategies for dealing with, challenges, setbacks, even failures. What are your final thoughts on all that?
Well, after diving into these 17 principles, it's pretty clear the book really emphasizes this. Success, it isn't about luck, or talent, or even your circumstances. It's about mindset. It's about habits. It's about the actions you take consistently, day after day.
Absolutely. It's about, taking ownership of your journey. Yeah. Recognizing that you have the power to shape your own destiny by aligning yourself with these principles. And that brings us back to that powerful message about learning from adversity. It's not about, pretending challenges don't exist. It's about embracing them.
Yeah.
Seeing them as opportunities for growth and transformation.
The master key to success, it doesn't, offer some quick fix. It doesn't give you this magic formula. It provides this framework for understanding the principles that govern success, and it empowers you to apply them, in your own way.
And that's what makes this book so valuable, even though it was written so long ago. These principles, they're timeless, they're universal, and they apply to anyone who's striving, striving to achieve their goals and live a more fulfilling life.
It really comes down to this, are you willing to put in the work, to cultivate the right mindset, and to embrace the challenges along the way?
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the master key to success, I want to leave you with this question. Which of these 17 principles are you going to commit to focusing on this week? Just this week. Remember, even small, consistent steps, they can lead to some pretty incredible progress over time.
Success, it's a journey, not a destination. And with the right mindset, the right habits, and the right actions, you really do have the power to unlock your full potential, to achieve your dreams.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. We hope you found it insightful. We hope you found it empowering. And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.